Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ep. This is Dungeons of Chaos. This is the HD playthrough on the Steam version of the game. You enter a mine and the sounds of nature grow thinner. You hear faint noises in the darkness ahead like slurping and groaning. This is the abandoned mine. We're going to go through this. This should be a fairly quick one. We got some undead mud corpses and stuff like that, which should be fairly easily taken care of. Okay experience for them for early on. And quite a few crushers. Crushers were outside, so they're going to have crushers inside. The abandoned mine is actually one of the little extra side dungeons that are on the island. It's not necessary for any sort of progress through the game. It's just there for added content to grind out for experience. There's not much to the mine. It is random and procedurally generated, so each time you load it in for new gameplay, it will be a little bit different. And then once you get the abandoned mine completed, it will stay completed and you will not be able to do it again. But there are some unique monsters on here, like the clay golem and the mud corpses that will spawn in here. The golems are also really good because of how high their defense is and how high their resistance is to grind weapon skills out and spell skills that do very little damage to them. On top of that, they do slow our characters. And if you end up with a situation like that, you can use your cleric to get rid of that if you need to, if it's hindering you too much. It should not be too much of an issue. Scraping the little corners, make sure we don't miss any hidden things. Another one of the creatures that you need to be looking out for is the ogres. They are quite strong, and if you are not leveled up or geared out enough, you could run into a situation where you will die with these. Now, this is the first time we're taking them, so I'm going to go ahead and save and be a little cautious with that. We do have enough distance between us that if we do need to load up, we can go ahead and run and not get in any additional fights. But they are fast, and they are heavily armored. I'm going to stick with our current tactic of using fire. I'm also going to pull some of these guys off of auto so we can use Nature's Ally. So we have quite a few wolves there and our spider, thanks to our ranger. And we get an additional couple of wolves. See, they killed, almost killed that wolf in one shot. They do bleed and they can be poisoned. So we're going to continue on burning them and hopefully get them down relatively easily. Let a mark just for good measure. Alright, now our rogue is in a position to where the ogre is flanked and we can backstab him to do a little bit of extra critical damage. And we're going to keep that going. There's some massive damage from our rogue. We back up over to this. 219 points of damage on that backstab. If we can find the other one here, he does quite a bit of damage with that one also. Backstab, 256 points of damage. Definitely a big chunk of life for those ogres. It looks like we got more mud corpses and crushers. We might be able to get 3 at one time, if not 2 at a time. Let's see what we get when we go forward here. It's like just 2. We got 7 crushers. This should be slightly more difficult just because we have 2 packs at the same time, but they're crushers. We should be able to go through them pretty easily. Let's go ahead and let's mark them. We'll continue to mark. Just so our guys can focus on them pretty easily. Let's get this back one that's not injured. He's starting to run away. Very easy. If you just focus fire on them, their armor should not cause any issues. So now we're going to have a group of mud corpses and crushers. Again, we're going to go ahead and mark the crushers so we can focus fire them out. Once the mud corpses get in range, we'll go ahead and use our cleric for holy chant. There we go. They should go down. No problem. That gave us quite a bit of experience there. Let's go ahead and open that up. Now, any chest like this you could roll if you want to save and do that. Not that I spend the time to do that. Let's see if we can't get a handful more. Nope, we only got one. I'll go ahead and just keep this on auto. They should go down fairly quick. Okay, that is all the loot that's in that little area. Let's continue on. Shouldn't have too much more left in the abandoned mine. Got a dead end. Let's take this corpse out. Yep, another dead end. It looks like there's a couple of spots on the left side that we did not go. Let's go ahead and check the map. That's done. That's done there. Looks like we got that little branch. So yeah, as we're going up, well, we'll hit that right there. Like I said, there should not be much more in this. Making it easy. Just mud corpses from here on. There shouldn't be too much farther. I think that's the last of it. Yep, there we go. And that is the abandoned mine. Go ahead and open the map up. This is about the same size that it should be. Again, it is randomly generated per gameplay. It is not redoable, so once you go through it, you will end up not being able to come back through it. I mean, you can come back through it, but nothing new will be here. But there's mud corpses, ogres is the big one, and crushers. I do want to thank you for joining me today. This has been the Abandoned Mine, kind of a highlight dungeon on Bracya. Not much here besides those three enemies. I do want to thank you once again for joining me. And if you like this type of content, go ahead and like and subscribe, share if you want to. If you do have questions, comment down below, as well as get onto the Facebook discussion team or discussion page and ask questions there. There's plenty of people there that love to answer questions, give advice, that are knowledgeable in the game, that have been playing it for years now. Do not hesitate to join that group. It's a fantastic group, wonderful supportive community. Join me next time as we continue on our dungeon highlight of Bracya Island. Have a great day.